boobs.
Hello, welcome back to the Drafty Dames. This is Cassie here with my co-host Sara.
What up?
And we have a special guest today, Emma/Emily/Emanade slash little bitchy. She wears many hats. She's my little sister.
What's up, guys?
And today, we're going over a 2-part series. Part 1 is losing a parent. So Emma's here today because she didn't lose a parent to death or anything morbid, but she voluntarily terminated her relationship with her father.
Which is pretty brave, I might add.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Yeah. You can't be afraid to cut toxic people out of your life. So
Yeah.
I thought that this was really important to go over because for most of your life, your parents are the most important people to you, and it's hard to know when to let that go.
Yeah.
And
And that's drilled into your head, their family. You have to love them. Their blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
It sure is.
Yep.
So one thing Russell says a lot is that blood doesn't mean anything. He's had friends be better to him than family, and
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
So I grew up with you, Emma.
Yeah.
Of course, we are 8 years apart. So Emma was born when I was 8 years old, and we didn't know if she was going to be a boy or a girl.
What was going to be your boy name?
I don't know.
Oh.
I knew Mom was gonna name me Chloe.
Ew, I'm so glad
Yeah.
she did.
Dude, I love Chloe. I wish she ran that by me, honestly.
Oh my gosh, it would have been Chelsea.
Cassie Chloe.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
the
would've
freaking
been great.
Kardashians.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah. And I don't know why she didn't. You know what? I bet she got that name for me because I loved Chloe so much. Like, you know how you have that one name
Yep.
when you're a kid and you name
Mhm.
everything that
Mhm.
name, every stuffed animal.
Yep.
Mine was Tommy Elizabeth,
Tommy Elizabeth.
Yeah.
That's really great.
regardless of the sex of the doll that I
I
was
love
playing
that.
with.
I love that.
Do you remember yours?
Molly?
No, you had one named Molly, but there was
Yeah,
one.
I know.
Just like every little throwaway bear or something you
I don't
got out of
know.
the
I
crane
don't
machine. It
remember.
was like your go-to name.
Is
Yeah,
it
I
Fred?
don't remember.
It was Angie.
Oh, Ingy. It was
Ingy.
Ingy. He was my imaginary friend.
Aw.
Yeah, his name was Ingy, and I named everything after him.
Dude,
because
I
loved
thought
him.
you were saying Angie for 10 years. Like,
I love you thought that. No, it's Ingy.
what the fuck is Angie? Where did you? I
Yeah.
think you heard Angie and misunderstood.
Yeah.
Well,
Somebody with an accent
no.
came
and
at
made
ya.
up
No.
Yeah.
Angie.
Nope, it was Ingy.
Like ENGE?
I know.
never spelled
I
it.
always
No.
pictured it with a Y.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Like- Ingey.
Okay.
Ingy.
That's real weird.
yes.
Yeah, it was weird, I know.
So mine was always Chloe or Stacy. I
Nice.
just love those names. I don't know
Stacy.
why.
As you do.
Yeah. But I remember Mom used to get so mad that you liked the name Angie. We all literally thought she was saying Angie.
That is hilarious.
So I'm 26 years old and I'm just now realizing that
Her
for
mind is blown.
the past 15 years of my life, you
That's
were
crazy.
always a different name. Yeah, Mom didn't like someone named Angie, so she really hated that.
Shocker.
So she named you Emily Elizabeth instead.
Off of Clifford.
Off
Yeah.
of Clifford. I
Great
remember, God, I was in probably 2nd grade when you were born, and while she was pregnant with you, she said, check me out a Clifford book. This was before Google, y'all. This was 90s, maybe early 2000. Well, you were born 2000.
2000.
So this is 99, 2000. And I remember my mom asking me and Chelsea, our older sister, if we would check out a Clifford book the next library day. And we were like, no, that's for babies. Like, we're not checking out a Clifford book. And she's like, I need to know how to spell Emily Elizabeth because that's what I'm naming the baby. And I swear to the Lord, me and Chelsea both were like, Emily.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I know that. And got all shitty. And we're like, Elizabeth. And she's
my
like,
God.
that
That's
doesn't.
my middle name.
Yeah.
So
she's like,
We
that doesn't seem
Yay, I
right.
love
And I'm
that.
like, E, Liz, A, Beth.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Some people spell it Elizabeth though
Yeah,
with an A.
That's stupid.
yeah.
And like
Weird.
she just didn't believe us, so we had to check out the damn Clifford book.
Oh wow.
And
I didn't know that. That's funny.
I think I'm the one that actually did it because I was younger. Chelsea
There's no way in hell
would
she
have
would
been
check out
fourth grade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
that's a little much. But I don't remember getting heckled or anything. I think I just told everyone my mom was
You
an
like
idiot.
mixed it in with your Playboys and what about you?
Dead.
God damn it, Sarah. So I grew up with you and your dad.
I'm sorry.
Your
wait,
dad.
wait. Before we get started, big
Oh
three.
my God, I forgot.
Yeah.
We got so off topic.
Yeah.
It's
We
all
have
right.
to ask
it's all
her the
right.
big three.
Yeah.
All right, go
All
for
I
it,
thought you
boo.
were getting away with it, but you're
Yeah,
not.
I let her.
Let me tell you
I
guys
got
this.
Ingy threw me all off. That fucked me up.
She had you going.
Let me tell y'all something. I have no idea what these questions are, so
It's okay.
We'll
It's
give
fine.
you a minute if you need it.
All
We'll
right.
just edit it
Yeah,
out.
but we
Okay.
asked these exact same 3 questions to all of our guests,
Okay.
kind of give our audience a little peek at you before
Okay.
we get into the interview.
Okay.
What is your most toxic trait?
Dun dun dun. Self-reflection time.
Yeah.
I get mad really easily.
Yeah.
Big mad.
So, yeah, big,
Big
mad.
mad.
I
She
get,
does.
I get
Yeah.
big mad. So yeah,
You
probably
do.
that.
Girl, yeah.
She's
What's
got
up?
anger issues.
Hit me up.
Her toxic trait is that she needs anger management. It won't go.
Pete Davidson, if you're listening,
Pete Davidson.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Where?
Sorry, Ari.
Who?
Oh, girl, she's
What?
not with him.
Where did that come from? Yeah, he's
'Cause,
like freaking Kate
I just-
Beckinsale. You don't stand a chance.
Yeah. Bait kick and sail.
Yeah.
Never
She's
mind.
still hot, even with a stupid name.
Yeah.
But yeah, what? Where
Yeah.
did that come
I
from?
just whenever I look at him, I think he has anger issues.
Where-
I just
You
thought
didn't
of it.
look
Okay?
at him.
Yeah.
He's
I'm-
not
I just
here.
thought of it. I just thought of it.
Okay.
Okay. Number 2.
Okay.
What is your favorite mythical creature? This was my question.
Mermaid.
Oh, babe.
Aw,
But I hope
yes.
she's not mythical. I hope it's real. We just don't know yet.
Who?
I hope she's real.
Well, I mean,
Ingy, duh.
dead.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So, this is the one that I really like.
Okay.
If you could talk to any person for 1 hour,
Okay.
living or dead,
Okay.
and it could be famous, your next door neighbor, whoever,
Okay.
who would it be and why?
My grandma. But show.
Mine was my grandpa, I get it. Okay.
5 man.
What would you want to tell her? Like, what's the newest scoop in your life?
I'd just probably spill the tea, you know?
Yeah.
She doesn't know what that means, but
Snaps. Spill
Yeah.
that tea, girl. Spill
Yeah.
that tea.
I'll
be
just
like,
tell her everything.
Emma,
tea
you
was
just need to get your head
expensive.
out of your butt.
You can't spill that.
You want
Is
some
it Lipton
tea?
cold brew?
Why?
Okay, so that was a big 3. Thank you.
Not a problem.
All right. So, sorry. I over talked.
It's all right.
I was
Okay.
going to say overstepped, but I wasn't like, no, you're not doing it.
No, yeah.
I just forgot.
We all did.
That's okay, man.
Got into it, man. All right, so I grew up with you.
Yep.
Sort of. I grew up with you there,
Yeah.
but like by the time you started growing, I was out and
Yeah.
You-
We didn't really start getting close until like 2 years ago? My freshman year, probably.
yeah, I'd say 15, 16.
So that's
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
up.
What?
I had to think.
So yeah, we just started getting close the past few years. And I
Best
don't
friends.
really know why. Best friend. I don't really know why we started hanging out.
Well,
She's older.
Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
whole
mean,
situation.
It's like,
But
you have a
I was like,
mutual thing.
Yeah.
she's 15. Maybe she's cool now.
I was always cool.
Nah.
Yeah, you're
So-
right. I don't know who I'm trying to fool here.
Ingy would disagree.
Leave Angie out of this.
Oh, Ingy's in it.
No, girl.
Ingy is in
I
it.
call dibs. That's my firstborn child's name now.
Dude.
Don't care if it's a boy or girl. Ingy.
Yeah.
I made it up.
Is that
Gender-
short for
I
Benji? Benjamin?
Oh, that's
Gender
cute.
neutral.
That's cute.
Gender fluid baby.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not start on that.
Yeah.
So when your dad and my mom got together, I was not even in school yet.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were in school.
No. Have I told you this story about how they met?
This is gonna be
I
a
don't
good
think
one.
No.
Maybe you've forgotten.
Maybe,
So I think Chelsea was in first grade.
Okay.
And we would go to pick her up from school, me and Mom, because
Yeah.
I wasn't in school yet. I was about to start kindergarten because we were
We don't care.
2 years apart with my bangs.
With your chubby cheek.
My bangs and my chubby cheeks. I remember like what I wore to picture day in kindergarten. Like I had
That's weird.
I had a butterfly
I
dress
don't.
and a matching scrunchie.
My mom made me wear a
Wait.
blue plaid skirt with a freaking blue shirt that matched it, my
Aw.
straight across
Aw.
bangs, and my hair was
Aw.
plastered. I look like Coconut Head from freaking Nesty Classified. Hated school picture
Okay,
day.
speaking of that show, they need to come out with the second one because I'm really not knowing what to do with my life.
yeah.
Everybody's
Same.
getting a
Go
reboot.
rewatch
It's
'em.
great.
Rewatch them. Okay, so we were at the school, and I don't know, because I was just a little babe, but I don't know if they had been giving each other the eyes for a few days or
Okay.
whatever. Okay, so like I have a deep voice, but it used to be deeper.
That's
Yeah,
true.
crazy enough. Your dad actually describes it as like this. So
I don't think you're
I
not
Not
like
a
that.
50-year-old
sound like a
smoker.
demon.
I don't
Um,
like that.
Like,
I'm gonna hear that voice tonight at my nightmares.
So
you
anyway,
sound like Joey's manager, Estelle.
Joey.
Joey, I got a pot for you.
So she said, "Hey, go tell that guy I like his hat," and I didn't know, a stranger. I'm
Oh
like,
my
okay,
god.
I'm gonna go talk to this dude.
What if he was
I
a kidnapper?
This gorilla of a
hate-
man.
I hate that so much.
So like, yeah, I went up to this huge gorilla of a man.
Like, what's his face off Umbrella Academy?
I don't remember his name, but yes.
Yeah.
And why don't I watched the whole thing? And I went up to him and I said, "My mom likes your hat," apparently. And he walked over and talked to my mom. And I guess the rest is history.
He's like, thanks for liking my hat.
Yeah. It was a white hat with a black Nike check. I remember.
Oh my god,
The
he
hat.
still has that hat.
I'm sure he does.
I want to
It's
throw
your mom's
up.
favorite hat. Of course he's going to keep it.
Freaking crazy.
Yeah, remind me
So,
of someone?
what? Yeah.
That's blue.
Dead.
The pin is blue or?
Yeah.
Dead.
Royal blue.
Okay, so they were together from before I was in kindergarten. I remember him and my mom taking me to kindergarten. So they were together from before I was in kindergarten up until 6th grade, back and forth for a while through middle school. So
Wow, they were together for a minute.
That's
Yeah.
what was
I didn't
just
know they were
realizing.
together that
Yeah.
long.
yeah, so and
I
I
always
would have started
assumed-
school in like 98, 97, 98, right? So
I-
yeah, they were together till
Wow.
I was like in middle
I
school.
always assumed they were together for like 3
Well,
years.
you were only there for some of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is kind of what I'm bringing up. So, your dad and my mom and our mom,
Yeah.
I guess we never really talked about that. We have the same mom, different dads.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
P.S. So your dad and my mom broke up when you were probably around 4 or 5.
So I have a question
What?
about. Do you remember when they broke up?
Which
at all?
time?
Like the final, I guess. Because I
I
remember
don't
this
think
one
so.
time.
It's all a blur.
when We lived in the greenhouse in the apartment over there on the strip where the new Pizza King's at.
That was blue.
They changed the color to green. So, anyways, you know what place I'm talking about,
Behind
right?
Pizza King?
No, Pizza King. That was the apartment we lived in.
Yeah,
that one.
Oh.
Girl,
Oh,
we
okay.
lived there so long ago.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking
yeah.
about.
Actually, I don't think I lived there. I think
Yeah, you
just your
did.
dad did.
Nope, we all did.
I don't remember.
I remember that.
There was literally a point, guys, where we were in a different place every 2 weeks. And I'm not kidding.
Ugh.
For like 2 years of my
I
life.
like vaguely remember kind of moving a lot.
Because like I got to the point where I didn't unpack my stuff, and up until I left the house, we had been living, she got remarried, and we had lived in the same house my whole like high school career, and I still had stuff in boxes. I just stopped unpacking.
Yeah, there's no
because
point.
I didn't know how long I was gonna, and then
Yeah.
you just get comfortable and you don't fuck with it. But yeah, like it got to a point where I didn't know what the point of unpacking was, because we were seriously somewhere every 2 weeks. There's some houses where I'm like, did I live there or not? Maybe
Am I just imagining that?
Yeah, like it's all a blur. That's why I said
Yeah.
I mean, I know that was like you don't remember a lot of that, so like this one story is probably more significant to you than me, because like I said, I watched them go back and forth for years. So greenhouse.
Yeah, so I remember you guys lived there because it was 2-bedroom. We had a living room and a little hallway, the littlest bathroom, and then the kitchen was on the side. And we all shared this big room. And I remember one time, I don't know how old I was, I don't know how old you guys were, but they were fighting. And we were all in the front room, and they were somewhere else in the house. And Mom yelled at you and Chelsea. Are we saying names? Sorry, Chelsea.
We already said her name.
Oh, I don't remember if we did or not. Sorry.
Sorry, Chelsea.
But she yelled at you guys to get up and get your stuff, and you guys did. And then she grabbed me, and it was Chelsea, you, Mom, and she was carrying me, and we were walking down the stairs, and I was crying. I remember looking up at the top of the stairwell, and Dad was sobbing. That's the only thing that I remember of like her leaving.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember, unless it was a dream, but I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I have a pretty good memory. I can like map out the house I lived in with Mom and Dad, and they broke up before I was in kindergarten. Like I can draw the floor plan of the house, and it's accurate. I've asked.
That's weird.
Yeah, so I have a pretty good memory, and I don't remember that.
Maybe it was a dream.
Not to say it didn't happen,
Yeah.
because like I said, that's all a blur. But
Yeah.
so they broke up when you were probably like 4 or 5. So I wasn't really around for the rest of your relationship with your dad, because I mean, 5's still pretty young.
Yeah.
When did you stop? 17?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what were the next 12 years like with your dad?
What?
From when your
what
dad
happened?
and my mom broke up until you stopped seeing him? Like, what was
The relationship like?
Yeah, like
Just
the
like a
timeline.
timeline, yeah.
Like,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
you got me. So, like, how did it start? Middle?
Okay.
When did it start going down?
What were some signs that you're like, oh, this is
I don't want to be around this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I remember the only other house that we lived at was on John Street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
And it was, so our landlord's, it was a whole entire house, right? And our landlord's house was connected to our house, but there was like a wall. So it wasn't, but it was at the same time, you know? And like we lived in like the upstairs, so we never saw them unless we went over to like their house. And so we lived there like, gosh, until I was probably 13, maybe 14, somewhere around that age. And we were like best friends. Oh my gosh. We were so close. I always asked to like go over to his house. I'd call him every night. It was great. I was such a dad's girl. Like I was never home. I mean, I was home with Mom, but I always wanted to be with him. And visitation, it was every Wednesday and like every other weekend, but I'd be over there a lot more than that.
Yeah, it's just where you preferred to be.
Yeah. And we did a lot of stuff together. So we were just really close. Like, I would tell him everything. And then when it all kind of started going downhill was when he met his now wife, Tiffany. And that's when it all started to change. And so when they met,
And you were how old?
Probably 13 or 14. Around there, probably.
So,
like,
how did it change?
Yeah.
So my dad was always, I don't know how to put it, concerned, I guess, like about me and like nothing else. It was always about me, in which I didn't care.
Are you his only kid?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. In which I didn't care that I really liked Tiffany. Like, she was great. I considered her as a second mom.
Yeah.
because I know, like, you know, some kids have troubles with step parents, but
Just dads.
Huh?
I said just dads.
Oh.
Just stepdads for me.
Well, yeah.
Love my stepmom.
But yeah, I really liked her. Like, I wanted them to be together. I always wanted her to come over, stuff like that. And they got married really quickly. Like, I think they were together for 3 or 4 months, maybe 5. Yeah, they got married in October. I think their anniversary date is October 18th, I think. Because I know it was in October because that's my birthday month. But
right.
So yeah, they got married.
That's really the important thing this month.
It's my birthday month. But no, like, it was really cool. Like, their first year of their marriage was really fun. Like, we had so many fun memories. We went places, everything like that. And so,
Do they have kids together?
no,
Oh, you
they don't have
just
any.
said you were his only kid. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
it's okay. It's fine. I'll get to that.
She has 2.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
my stepmom has 2 kids. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. So when it started changing is probably when they were married for about 1.5 years, maybe a year, and my dad is, like, just a really disgusting human being. Like, you know this. You guys, on the other hand, don't, obviously. He's just really nasty. Like, he gets really angry.
Yeah,
like,
I would more so say he's creepy. He's like a creep.
Yeah, definitely.
He's possessive and stalkery.
Yep, definitely. And so,
Sounds like
Mean.
great company.
yeah.
He's mean.
Y'all go hang out with him. But no, it started changing because they started to fight more. Like,
They didn't even know each other.
Yeah, and like, if she got a text, he would be like, "Who's texting you?" and like make her give him like his phone. It was just crazy. Like, it was unreal.
She would message our mom.
Yeah, saying
be
like,
like,
"Help me."
Yeah,
help me
is
get out
this
of
how it was with
relationship."
you? Is he always like this? Yeah.
And I'll explain those more later. That's a really big key part of this whole story. And
That's just
why I stopped
mind-blowing.
going.
Like, she didn't even know him, and she like
Yeah.
promised her life to him.
Yeah.
Essentially,
it's crazy.
that's so stupid.
So, obviously you were then living in like a hostile environment.
Mm-hmm.
And understandably you don't want to be around that.
Right.
What was the final breaking point for you where you knew you did not want to be around these people?
Okay, so final breaking point was, you know, as a teenager, you're growing up and you're gonna have like the angst and the attitude and stuff like that.
It's your formative
Literally
years.
Everyone does it.
Yeah.
Everyone, at least once.
I'm sure I was an asshat. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't even remember what I said or just what I did, but they were arguing. I don't even think I did anything, to be honest with you, that day at least. So I was always in my room. I never wanted to like come out and be with them because I didn't want to listen to them fighting. And my stepmom's daughter had a baby, which was constantly at our house. Constantly. Never left our house. Like, Tiffany was the mom of that baby. So that was that. And I didn't know this kid. I didn't want to be around a baby. I'm a teenager. I don't like babies.
No, babies are not.
Yeah.
Not our cup of tea.
Yeah.
All 3 of us.
Yeah, no. And they were fighting really, really bad. And I think it was because Tiffany's daughter like wanted to come over or something like that. My dad didn't want her to. And so they were screaming like loud. Like, I had goosebumps on my arms from how loud.
Like, you were scared.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh my God, like, what's going on?
Did it ever get physical? Like, was he physically abusive too?
Yeah, he was physical
To me, even.
Yeah. When they
Was it little things or like?
So it depends on the fight, really, to be honest. If it was a little fight, you could hear her be like, "Don't touch me." But if it was a big fight, I've heard her scream like, "Tom, get off of me!" Like, screaming and like crying and stuff like that.
Holy crap!
He's a very big guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's huge.
So he likes to puff up and get in your face and tower down over you and
been there, done that. Yeah.
Assert his manhood, essentially.
Like, there's been times where he's even done that stuff to me. Like, I remember one time he like grabbed me by my wrist and left bruises, and it was just crazy.
Gosh.
But yeah, so back to the whole me realizing when I didn't want to go there. They were fighting, and she was screaming. She was like, "My kid's not the only one who has attitudes. What about that in there?" Talking about me. And I was like, "Why do I get?"
Yeah.
I've been in my
I'm
room.
literally in my room being quiet.
Yeah. And that's when I was like, "Nah, nope, I'm not gonna deal with it." And should I explain now, like what happened, like when I stopped going in with like that day, or is that gonna be a later on?
Let's do that here in a minute.
Okay.
So before we get too far to like the end of the line,
Okay.
I want to know, how was your time at your dad's different than your time at mom's? Why did you prefer one or the other, even during the fighting and everything?
Yeah.
Just kind of overall.
So when I was younger, I preferred to be at my dad's, but as I got older, I wanted to be at mom's. And I think at mom's, I was just like more comfortable, like with our stepdad. He's been a part of my life, my entire life, basically.
Yeah.
And with Tiffany, I'd only known this woman for like a year or two. You know, I didn't know her that well.
Yeah.
And every time I would leave my room, I would get dirty looks from her. I just never felt welcome in that house ever. And my mom and stepdad didn't really like fight as often as they did. I didn't have to deal with hearing screaming and stuff like that. And I mean, comfort is a really big thing. Like,
Yeah.
once you don't have it, I mean,
especially
you're
in your
lost.
teenage years.
Yeah, I never knew what to do when I was there because I didn't know if I was going to get yelled at for opening a door.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's why there's just comfort.
Okay. So, I guess I know a little bit more information than most. So I'm trying to think of how to word this question. So, how long has, I know you said earlier that if you could talk to anyone living or dead, who it would be, mine, it was your grandma. So, that is your dad's mother.
Yes.
So tell us what happened when she passed away with you and your father.
Now, is that his mom?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Y'all really trying to get me tears. Okay. So what happened, like, with our relationship with my dad and
What
I?
What happened
Okay.
with you and your dad when your grandma died?
Okay. So when my grandma died, he had actually called Mom and had told her not to tell me that she had died. And she said, no, it's going to be all over Facebook. So that's the first thing she's going to see.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was, I was 8th grade. So what, like 15? I think you're 8th grade.
Because
like
you would have
15?
had your birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandma was my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed with her every single summer.
I represent that.
Yep.
It's-
She babysat for a living, so she'd always have kids at her house, so I always went over there and helped. Thanks, Grandma, for those skills. Got a job out of it. But yeah, like, she was my best friend. I told her everything. We were just super close. And so when she died, my dad and stepmom were married already. And it was the day before the showing and funeral, because that was all in one day. And my dad, stepmom, my two of my aunts, my uncle, and both of my aunt's kids all got to go see her before it, so they weren't as shocked to see her for like the first time at the funeral.
Yeah.
Mind you, the only person she really saw out of that bunch was Emma's father.
Yeah. And myself.
But you weren't.
Yeah.
You weren't included.
Yeah. They did
I would
not.
have been furious.
Yeah. They did not tell me that they were going. And I remember I was upstairs with my mom, and it was when my cousin and I were still close. I don't remember what got me to call him, but I called my cousin. I said, hey, did you go see Grandma today? And he said, yeah, why? And I instantly, like, just started sobbing because I was upset. I mean,
Yeah.
no other really reaction that I could have. So that's when I just hung up on him. I called my dad, and I was still sobbing. And I was like, why didn't you tell me that you guys got to go see Grandma? Why was I not invited?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
it was like the night before,
especially
right?
knowing
it was the
how
day
much
before.
she meant to you.
Yeah. And like, he was like, I thought I told you. I'm sorry. Just,
So
that's
why
the
would-
only thing he could say.
And
Why
why
wouldn't
wouldn't
he
he
have called
follow
you?
up?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you weren't there to make sure you were okay, because he knows you wouldn't miss that.
Yeah.
He didn't offer to come pick you up for it.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
And that's when that's when I honestly started to hate him. Like, everyone says, no, you can't hate your parents. But yeah, you can. You can definitely hate your parents. And yeah, that's really when it started. I didn't talk to him for a really long time, like a week or so, which that's not a long time, but for someone who
Every single day.
yeah. But that's when that started.
Yeah.
That hatred. And I just kind of like let it build up over the years, I guess.
Well, there's more, right? When they went and did her house.
Yeah, okay.
I just want everyone to know
I forgot about that.
all the shitty things
Yeah.
he did. And this is just that has to do with your grandma.
Yeah.
So this is enough to
Yeah.
make me never speak to anyone.
Yeah.
Not on top of everything else he did.
So I don't remember if we went to her house before or after the funeral. I think it would have been before because I wouldn't have gone after. Yeah, so it was before the funeral, probably like 2 days before or something like that. And we it was my dad, stepmom, my aunt, uncle, and both my cousins. And basically everyone got to like raid the house and get whatever they wanted. I was told to sit on the couch, not to touch anything. That I wasn't allowed to have anything of hers. I literally had to steal some of her stuff so that I could have. I got to have one thing, and it was a chest that was in her room, and she had a blanket on the top of her couch that I used every time I went over there, and I took it. And it was at my dad's house, so can never have that back. So yeah, I had to steal.
Sounds like we're making a road trip to someone's house and getting that blanket.
It gets worse, guys.
Yeah.
So you continued going to your dad's even after all of that?
Yeah, I was 15, so I couldn't. I mean, I could have, but it would have.
I thought,
lasted
like
longer.
after the age of 12, you can be like, no, I'm not visiting
Yeah, but
them.
you got to do the court thing. And
Yeah.
tell the judge.
Nobody
and-
wants to
Yeah.
say that about their parents.
So how did the rest of this story progress?
As in, like, at the funeral? Or
No, like when you decided to stop going over there, their reactions to it, their retaliations to it,
Okay.
the aftermath.
Okay, so I'll basically tell you on how it all went down.
Yeah.
So, I worked at Taco Bell, and this all started between my dad and mom.
Mhm.
And I had to be there at like 5, I think. I asked my dad. So on Sundays, I went home at 6. So I asked my dad, and I had all my bags and everything. I didn't drive yet.
Mm.
So I asked him, I was like, hey, can you run me home to take my bags home and then take me to work? And he was like, no, have your mom do it since she's going to come pick you up. And I was like, you're okay, buddy. You're setting up a fine line, but okay.
Okay, buddy, your funeral.
Yep,
Yeah.
for real. And so I texted my mom. I was like, hey, he won't take me to work. He said, you can do it. And she's like, I'm going to Walmart to print off pictures to give to him. Now let me explain to you what these pictures are.
I was like,
So,
T.
do y'all remember them text messages that we mentioned earlier that
Sure.
Tiffany had sent to my mom? to help for escape and to have to send the SWAT team so she can leave.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Those were the pictures, buddy. Our mother.
Why would she start that?
Our mother had printed off these pictures, put them in an envelope, went to my dad's house, handed them to me, and told me, hand these to your dad.
She put you in the middle of it, too.
Okay, Mom. So, our stepdad takes my bag, throws it in the back. I walk up there and I said, here, Dad, these are for you. Have fun, Tiffany, and walked out. That was the last time I saw him.
Oh, my God.
Last time I saw my dad and stepmom.
That's awesome.
Left, and, as a teenager, I love reactions. I still do. I like them.
You do.
So I shut the door real nice and slow, started walking real slow. And, yeah, that was that. And,
So
now,
what came of that?
let me tell you.
World War III.
I figured.
Damn straight. So, woke up the next morning, right? Well, I wake up to Mother barging in my room. And I'm like, excuse
Hello?
me? Yeah, I had school, too, so it was before school.
Great.
And she's like, did you get my text? I said, no.
In my sleep? Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't answer yet.
Yeah. And she's like, I looked at my phone, there was no text from her.
I don't think I know this.
Oh, no.
Tiffany had called our phone carrier. I was on my dad's and Tiffany's phone carrier. Had called them and got my mother's number blocked from my phone so she could not contact me in any way unless it was like on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that now.
They had
What?
blocked my mom's number from their phone too, I think, from just my dad's.
Yeah.
So she could text Tiffany, but not my dad, which
Makes no sense.
yeah,
Because she can print those off. You're going to get more pictures, honey. Sorry.
Yeah. And so
I think that was part of Tiffany wanting to screen the text messages.
Oh.
And so yeah, I had to go to Cricket and get a new phone and everything. And so now here's even more. This is
Icing on the freaking cake.
I have a headache. Okay. So I had the 7 Plus, that was their phone. And I told my mom, I was like, no, screw them. I'm going to go throw the door on the front porch and break it. Like, I was just going to throw it out of a moving car. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It's
I'm a
brick at that
teenager.
point in
I'm a
time.
teenager. I didn't
Yeah.
care. And my mom was like, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. And she told me like a week later after it all had like blown over, she's like, I wasn't ever going to let you do that. And I was like, okay.
Whatever, but I was
So
going to.
where my dad lives, and yeah, our my aunt, uncle, and cousin live next door. And so my cousin, which I'm going to leave that name out, my cousin had called my mom asking, like, hey, what's up? Just wanting to know, like, the deets and everything. And I'm sorry. This is so funny. Like, now that I think back on it, I'm like, wow, we were really just all too much. My mom, like, told her everything that went down and said that I was going to go throw the phone on the porch. Well, after my cousin got off the phone with my mom, guess where she went?
Duh.
Right next door to tell him everything my mom just told her.
Yeah.
So my stepmom called the police, and
I just find that funny.
yeah, and the police like ended up calling my parents, and sorry. And so yeah, like we were in apparently just a bunch of like legal trouble, and it never even happened. So we weren't like legal, I guess you should say, but
Right.
yeah, whatever.
You did nothing wrong at that
Yeah,
point. That was
yeah.
hearsay.
And so like my mom had gotten the phone mailed to where you have to sign for it. And if you don't sign for it, they come 3 times, and if they don't sign within those 3 times, they have to go get it from the post office.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, because the phone didn't come fast enough, my dad called the police again on me this time. Not my mom, not anyone.
You were a minor. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, I know. And you know, like who calls the cops
On a phone.
like on your daughter though? Like who does that? I was just really frustrated at him at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what went down, and then we had to. So I was still 17 during this time, so we still had to go to court.
Yeah.
'Cause like if we didn't, my mom said that it could get her in trouble, I guess.
Yeah.
For contempt, yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
you're a minor.
And he never showed up for court. So that was literally like his last.
Now, explain why he probably didn't.
Well, I don't know why he didn't.
Because you were going to be 18 in 6 months.
Oh yeah, true. But still, like if I cared about my kid enough, I didn't care. Like I wouldn't care how old they were. I'd still fight.
Yeah, no, I mean, he should have went to
also-
at least know you cared that you did that. I don't know. That's a hard line for me because, like, honestly, if somebody's like, hey, I don't want to see you anymore, like, you're hurt, and you're going to believe them.
True.
And why spend the court costs and the lawyer costs when you're 6 months away from being 18
That's
and
what I
he
was
can't do
gonna say.
anything
Yeah,
anyway?
that's true.
Once you're 18.
But then on the flip side, I get that you wanted him to show up so you knew he still wanted to see you.
Yeah.
But your answer wouldn't have changed just because he went.
Yeah.
You know, and you know that. So, like,
Yeah.
you can't blame him for not going.
Yeah.
You can blame him for all the other shitty stuff he did.
Yeah.
But don't blame him for not going.
Yeah. And I don't really I don't blame him for not going. I guess I was just like kind of more in shock that he didn't show up. I guess. Like I wasn't disappointed. I didn't really care. Like I deep down I knew that he wouldn't, but I was still like, wow, he didn't show up.
Yeah.
Like he
But-
for real didn't do it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So
Like, I knew he was a shitty dad, but, like, he really is a shitty dad.
For real. That really hit.
So how do you feel now a year later without your dad in your life? Do you feel better? Do you feel sad about it? Do you wish he was different? Do you wish things were different? Are you good with your decision?
Yeah. I mean, just be honest. Like, if you're like, no, this is shitty, it sucks,
Yeah.
then...
I don't know. I mean,
I mean,
think there's certain days
yeah.
Good days
that
and
hurt.
bad days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have
That's
more
totally
good. I
understandable.
have more good days than bad days, really.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like, I swear this man like gave me PTSD because I'm telling you, like if I see a hat that I knew he had, or like
Mhm.
if I smell something that's like him, I'm just like it hits me and I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, okay,
Triggered.
stop.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, okay, just take deep breaths.
Yeah.
Man. But I mean,
So, I mean, clearly he's had a negative impact on you.
Yeah.
Immensely.
yeah. I mean, I'm glad that it happened. It's just weird that it happened, I
Yeah.
guess. Like,
I think it's shitty that at such a young age you had to make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Because, like,
In a
now
way, I
as adults,
guess.
you're like, oh, yeah, our parents kind of suck. Probably not going to talk to them. And, like, it's not that big of a deal. Because as you get older, like you get busy with work and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And, like, I make time for my parents because I love both of them dearly.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I don't know. It's still just hard trying to juggle
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And make time for your parents. So, like, as you get older, you're just like, I could cut ties with them. Like, I don't see them that often.
Right.
But, like, when you're that young, you depend on someone so much.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, like, I don't know. You just want them to be a good parent. And it sucks that, like, at such a young age, you had to be like, wow, my dad's a piece of shit.
Yeah, so to kind of piggyback on that, with your bad days, I imagine on your bad days it's because you're sad.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you sad because it's over? Are you sad because you were stuck with such a piece of shit dad? Are you sad because you miss him? Like, what's the sadness like?
Guys. I just think I'm sad because, like,
You
I-
were so
I-
close to him.
yeah.
And then you
dang it,
just
guys.
lost
It's
your best
okay.
friend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
I get it.
And like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
So much changed.
Yeah,
I never thought that would happen to me.
yeah,
Like I never thought.
yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that fucking sucks. That's rough.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the times when I'm sad, I think about like, dang, he's not gonna see me graduate. Like,
Yeah.
dang, he's
not
not
gonna walk
know.
me down the aisle.
Yeah. It just, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, I don't. Listen, if anyone's going through this right now, I'm telling you, listen, do not hold it in. Don't push it down. It sucks even worse because it's like you're making yourself just.
You have to
Have to
live it
keep-
over 2
Yeah.
and 3 times.
Yeah. So yeah, just cry. Just let it out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go talk to someone.
Which is what I've told her.
Yeah.
So
Do you feel like it was because of a certain someone coming into his life? Or would he have gone down this path regardless of stepmom?
No, I think it was all her.
You do?
Yeah.
So
I
you
think
think
if
if they were
he's-
to break up, would you try and
No.
talk to him? No.
No.
You're done?
yeah, that's kind of what I was gonna ask. So what I was gonna say is, you know, you got emotional. Don't take this the wrong way. You can sit here and boo-hoo
Yeah.
about how he's gonna miss all these events in your life, but you're in control of the relationship
Right.
because you're the one that stopped talking to him. So,
Yeah.
my question, I mean, are there any circumstances where you would want him back in your life?
Mm-mm.
And why is that?
That was a really fast answer.
Yeah.
Like, no
Yeah.
hesitation.
No. I think he's just really nasty. Like,
So, like, when
I just feel like there's too much, like, hurt and, like,
Yeah.
scarred. I don't. Mm-mm.
yeah.
So,
I
like, are there
understand.
days where you, like, do something, you're like, oh, shit, I want to call my...
No.
Oh. No?
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like that's
Mm-mm.
saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, I've had breakups where I've like, oh, I want to call this person. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
You know, that whole first person you want to call thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
I, like, changed my oil for the
See-
first time, and I was like, I'm going to call my dad. Tell him what I just did.
See, I do that with my grandma a lot. I do that more with her.
Yeah.
Than
Oh,
I
I
do.
for sure. I saw something the other day, and I was like, I'm going to... Oh, no, I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not going to call my grandpa.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a quack, like the iPhone quack
Mhm.
ringtone. Some lady had that on her phone the other day. I lost it.
Oh.
In the middle of Walmart. I was freaking bawling. I was like, oh, it's his ringtone.
Oh.
Yeah, I lost it.
I feel that.
Yeah. So, so basically I feel like overall you're just sad that he is the person he is and that your relationship isn't going to work.
Yeah.
Because it kind of seems like you've accepted it and
Mhm.
you still just are kind of almost like mourning him.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
you're just,
Grieving for sure.
yeah. But in a different way, because like I said, he's not dead, but he's essentially dead to you
Yeah.
because you don't want that relationship with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And you're standing firm, which is great because
Yeah.
the back and forth's annoying. I do
That's
that with
toxic
Mom.
too. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, like Sarah said in the beginning, I think that you're very brave for doing
Yeah.
what you're doing. People can't
Yeah.
cut out toxic friends,
No.
let alone a parent. So,
Listen.
It's hard with like any relationship,
Yeah.
regardless of blood or
Mhm.
otherwise.
Listen.
we're listening, babe.
I'm gonna get real.
Get
Okay.
real.
Okay.
Spill it.
If someone in your life is toxic, okay, just stop. Okay, just cold turkey it. Okay.
Okay. Will
I
do.
know.
Let me call you 9 times.
Yeah. 10.
Sorry. I made a judgmental face at her because she has someone toxic in her life that she won't get rid of.
It's going. It's going.
So,
It's going.
anyway.
But no, seriously. If someone
She's right.
just makes you more sad than happy, if you have more sad days than good days. It's not worth fixing. It's really not. And I know it's always good to try. Like, you can try once, but first time doesn't work out.
If they're giving you more reasons
just
to
leave.
Yeah.
Just leave.
I lost a really good friend of mine. Last August? Nope. 2017 August. I lost a really good friend of mine, and he was very young. I believe he was 27 at the time, and I realized that life is too short to be anything but happy. It was very sudden. Went on a trip, didn't come back. So I realized then life was too short to be tricky. Tricky?
It's tricky to rock.
Why did I say... We gonna edit this.
Yes, we are.
Okay. So I realized life was too short to be anything but happy. He was a family friend, so my sister knew him, my dad, my stepdad, my step-siblings. And my sister was actually in a relationship where she wasn't completely happy. And I told her, I said, hey, think about what happened with him. I said, life's too short. I said, we would have never, ever, ever in a million years thought that would happen. And she's actually the one that called me and told me I had woken up, and she said, call me before you get on Facebook. Well, I called her and she didn't answer. So I'm like, I'm going to get on Facebook, because what are the odds I'm going to see the thing?
Yeah.
And honestly, I was more concerned about my grandma. So I open Facebook, and the very first post that pops up is his brother's, who I don't even speak to. We were literally just Facebook friends, don't interact with. I never see his posts, but I saw that one. It was the very first thing that popped up. She called me back, and I was already sobbing.
Yeah.
And she's like, you checked Facebook. And I'm like, I checked Facebook.
Yeah, because you didn't answer.
Exactly. And that's what I told her. I was fucked up for a long time. And, I told her, think about our friend. It's not worth it. And she left her baby daddy because she wasn't happy. She's like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
I had been telling her this for years. I love baby daddy. He is an awesome guy.
Yeah.
Whether how he was as a boyfriend, a dad, I don't know, but
he was a good friend.
At least I liked him.
Yeah.
Like, he had a good personality.
Yeah.
But she wasn't happy.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what I think about him. She wasn't happy. So I said, you could die tomorrow. You could literally die tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why are you living like this? And she left him. So I worked at Walmart for 6 years. I was an assistant manager there for 2. He passed in August 2017. I quit in February 2018 because life was too short to be unhappy. His death completely changed my entire outlook on life. And I mean, that was just a death that was affected by me. So I'm just saying, if there's someone toxic in your life is way too short to be unhappy.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember exactly what I said to my sister, along the lines of, you could die tomorrow.
Are you going to be happy with how you died?
This is the life you have to look back on. When your life flashes before your eyes, is that going to be a good life or a bad life?
Yeah.
And she said bad, and I said, so change it.
Yeah.
And I mean, she has a beautiful, she has a beautiful daughter. She has every reason in the world to be happy, but she wasn't because of who she was with. So yeah, toxic people are not worth it. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your dad, mom, your best friend, your brother, your sister.
Yep.
Your fourth cousin twice removed.
Next door neighbor.
Yeah. Like, just
preach.
Get rid of them. It's not worth your unhappiness. It's just not. You could die tomorrow, and this is the life you have to look back on.
Yeah.
So
there is a quote that I really like.
Yeah.
And I think I've said it before, but I don't know. But it says, never dim your light to let someone else shine brighter.
Yeah.
And that really resonates with me. I love it.
Yeah.
Just don't ever put yourself aside to let someone else be happier or whatever.
Yeah.
And, I know that's selfish, but at the end of the day, you have to have your own back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean,
There was a quote that I really like, and it says, "Don't light yourself on fire to keep someone else warm."
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Mm-hmm. That one's my favorite.
Yeah, and like honestly, I don't think it's selfish because like especially now with how progressive we're being with mental health awareness and things, which we will have a podcast about in the future. Just in general, celebrities, media, everyone is open about it now. So you don't have to sit there and hide in your living room while your boyfriend's beating you and emotionally abusing you. You can there's
a plethora
of a support system.
Definitely.
You don't have to hide your anxiety, depression, things like that anymore. Like everyone has got your back.
Yeah.
We have your back. Send us a message on Drafty Dames if
For
you feel
real.
so inclined on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because we have your back. Like we may not have been in that exact position, but we can find resources if you can't.
We can always just help.
I will call that phone number if you don't want to.
Yeah,
Like,
just please do
we'll
not
do
stay in toxic relationships. Like I said, whether
Nope.
it be your mom, dad, anyone, it's just not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's really important to not, because everyone needs to take care of their brain.
Yeah.
You have to take care of your mental health because your brain can talk. Your brain can literally talk you into killing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you have got to keep your brain happy.
Yeah.
Or somebody dies from suicide.
Yeah. You can
all the time. Probably every 5 seconds, but I'm not sure on those statistics.
Yeah.
But
you
it's
can
just
always
crazy. It's crazy the amount of people that take their lives because they're so unhappy.
Yeah.
And you can always just have a better life. You just have to fix it.
Yeah.
Like, and don't think by us saying this like you have to be constantly happy, because that's fake.
Yeah.
Don't fake it.
We all
Like,
have bad days.
But
Yeah.
if you're listening to this, you know who's toxic. You've already thought about it.
Yeah. For
exactly.
Get rid
First
of
We
them.
person
never
you
even-
think of.
yep.
First person you think of when we said toxic, cut it.
Get rid of them.
Your life.
And like,
will
you
be
don't
so
even
much
have to
better.
do it permanently. Just
Yeah.
try like a couple days. If you talk to them every day, try a week.
Yeah.
Try a couple of weeks.
Like, You don't have to immediately cut them.
Yeah.
Just try different things, and if
Yeah.
they still don't work out, then that obviously should show you something.
yeah, and also like that's another thing. Like, voice your concerns to that person.
Yeah, and if they don't respect that, then no, don't even try.
Exactly.
Like,
Or if they get defensive and like,
Yeah.
well, put it back on you.
yeah,
Like,
don't
it's
do
not
that.
your fault.
Yeah,
Like,
you're allowed
listen
to have
them
feelings.
too, but
yeah.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have feelings.
Yeah.
Don't think someone else can not let you have those.
yeah.
So we have plans to do a podcast about, relationship, the mental abuse and things like that. So I don't want to go too deep into that this time, since this is over, the loss of a parent specifically. So if no one has anything else to say, I want to sincerely thank you, Emma,
Yes,
for
thank
being
you.
on and sharing your story. I know it wasn't easy to do. I know the retelling's hard
Yeah.
and brings up some feelings. So you're a very brave girl,
Yeah.
and I'm
Thanks,
very
man.
proud of you.
Yes.
And
Someone record this.
Oh
Literally
my God.
record it. I want this on my phone.
so you're doing
my
great.
hand.
And I'm
Hold it.
really proud of
Oh.
the person you're becoming, because it's just like me.
Oh. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
She has to take a picture of us holding
Yeah.
hands for Instagram.
We're not affectionate.
Snapchat.
We're
I
not
don't-
affectionate.
I don't know what she's putting it on.
We're
She's
just not. We don't show it.
teenage girl.
Hey.
So I have nothing else, Sarah.
I did have a question.
Yeah.
Spill it.
Has your dad tried to get in contact with you recently? Like in person or otherwise?
Oh.
In person, yes.
Yes.
Should we go into this real
Yeah,
quick?
you can go into that real
Okay.
quick.
So, I just love my sister so much. I just have to be just like her. So I also work at Walmart. But no, Walmart obviously is a very public place.
Yeah.
So he likes to come in. He hasn't done it for like 2 months maybe, but for like 2.5 months, it was him coming in like all the time. just stalking me,
And,
just
like,
watching.
You get it. It's Walmart, but like, are
Yeah,
you
if
even
you're-
buying stuff?
Yeah,
No.
he wasn't. Like,
Yeah.
he would walk around the store for like 3 hours with nothing in his hands.
When I'm there, I'm
'Cause
in
he's
and
a
out.
creepy stalker.
Yeah.
I'm
And
in out.
on my 18th birthday, I was working. Or no, it was the day before, I believe. Or like 2 days before, he had come in, and I was with another coworker, and thankfully she was there, because if she wasn't, I feel like it would have gone down differently. But he had like walked up to me and he was like, "Emily, can I talk to you for a second?" And I said, "Nope," and just walked away.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk to him. So, but yeah, if she wasn't there, I guaranteed it would have went down differently. But yeah, I haven't seen him since for a long time. Like, he works at another public store, which I won't say the name of that. Try to be a decent human being. But yeah, like, I went in there and he was there and he just looked at me and I was like, "Hi. Yeah, look who's here now, buddy."
How do you like
it? But yeah, he hasn't made any other contact or
What
try.
about
I mean,
with stepmom?
no, when I got my new phone. Yeah? When?
We think the
Oh,
stepmom, but it was a fake
Okay.
name and a fake phone
So,
number.
Yeah, when I
so,
worked at Walmart,
like your
for
first
like a
week,
yeah, for like a week solid, like, there were calls and like complaints about me. And it was a fake number because when the store called it, it said like, "This number is disconnected," or "This number," like whatever,
Yeah,
something
girl,
like
you
that.
best believe I called it.
Yeah, and there was like online stuff, and like it was just fake, and we just think that was her because she's tried to sabotage my stepdad's job, my mom's job, to get us like all fired for no reason.
Yeah.
No reason whatsoever.
What does
just
you
because,
not having a job affect her at all? It
yeah, and
doesn't.
like when I went over there, she didn't want me over there, but when I stopped going, she was mad because I stopped going.
Mhm.
Like, nothing I did was right to her, apparently.
Do you think she was jealous of the relationship you had with your dad?
I think so, yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, because I remember one time, we all went out somewhere, and he opened both of our doors, and she got mad. She's like, "No, don't open my door. Open hers. I can get mine myself." And I was like, "Okay." Okay.
Who cares who opens the doors as long as you get out of the car?
Yeah, like...
Yeah, so lots of drama, lots and lots of drama.
Yeah. Not about that life.
I could go on about your dad, but it has nothing to do with you, so.
Yeah. The only drama I like is Jeffree Star drama.
Oh my god.
Same.
That's the only tea I like spilled.
So, yeah, I think we're all done here.
Cool beans. I hope we helped someone realize something.
Yeah, make sure to listen to part 2. It'll be coming out in about 2 weeks. And we are going to be with our friend Jamie, who did lose a parent to death. So we're kind of getting the other side of it. So that'll be part 2. Look forward to that. Thank you, Emma, for being on.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Tweet us at Drafty Dames. Any questions, comments, concerns.
Yeah.
Follow
Tell us how you cut out toxic
tell
people
us,
in your life.
Tell us
Yeah.
your story. I want to hear.
You too. Alrighty. Well, we will see y'all later. Have a good one.
Bye.